What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Rear Naked Locks. I'm Chato, that's Henry. We got another banger for you guys this Saturday. We got an absolute, in my opinion, it's a banger. And I know bangers. They're like we got Fluffy versus Robocop. Man, this is an absolute important fight in the middleweight division. How do you like the main event, Henry? And then how you like the card overall?
I think it's solid. I mean, it's a fight between two fighters that I respect, two fighters I've used in parlays multiple times. I mean, stylistically, good matchup. It's all comes down to durability at the end of the day. So if Fluffy gets out of that first round, that's where it gets interesting. And honestly, a lot of people like to question his durability, but those are some crazy body shots that he's eating, and I don't think RoboCop throws that body shots like that. But overall, solid card. Wish the lines were better, but fuck it, man. We had a bad week last week, all for four, but we're here to bounce back. Even despite the bad week, we're still up 23 units. Most of that's Chato carrying with around the world, obviously, but hey, we're still up. We're still up nasty. Look at the trend. I mean, we're on the upward trajectory, nasty. We hit a decent rate, 50%. So stylistically, mathematically, we're gonna hit this week 4 for 4. I feel it.
And I just want to say this before we jump into the card, because this card is juicy. I want to give a shout out to Alvarez from Spain. What a performance. Everybody, moment of silence for this guy's career. I'm telling you right now, Rear Naked Locks hit on this guy. Whoever the next fighter to lay him unconscious in the 170-pound division gets a shout out and a free interview. Nah.
Yeah, 100%. Joe Alvarez, bro. I mean, somebody called Cash and investigate that performance. That was suspect, but and we learn from our mistakes.
Yeah. All right, let's jump right into the main event here. Now we got Fluffy Hernandez versus Robocop. I mean, everybody's been talking about the way this fight's gonna go, right? It's either Fluffy's gonna drown him or Robocop's gonna knock Fluffy unconscious. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like I've been a Fluffy fan. I did not know who he was. Henry's the one that put me onto him. We were there live when Fluffy fought.
Kopilov.
Yeah, Kopylov. I put my money on Kopylov, my hard-earned money on Kopylov, and I witnessed Fluffy drown a man in front of me. And I feel like the same thing's gonna happen here. I feel like Fluffy is now training at Extreme Couture. Like he's training with the guy who knocked him out. It's like that's a lot. That it shows the type of person that he is, because you have to swallow your pride and learn how to take those shots. But man, I don't think RoboCop is going to be able to get him out of there in one. Like I think Fluffy is going to be able to withstand that round one beating, and round two, three, four, five, if it gets that far. I think it's going to be another nasty submission performance by Fluffy. Man, I think RoboCop is dangerous, man, but he has gas in previous fights, and I think Fluffy's gonna make the adjustments to, you know, get this guy tired, and then he's gonna snatch that neck, man. I feel like Fluffy's gonna win this fight inside 4 rounds by submission.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm a huge fan of RoboCop, but stylistically, it's a nightmare for him. It's like Fluffy is constantly in your face. We've seen RoboCop crumble to the pressure before. This dude has been knocked out. He's lost by decision. It's a fight where Fluffy just needs to put the pressure on him. Avoid the big strikes. I mean, RoboCop's not this big volume puncher. So it's like, despite all that, he doesn't throw a lot. He gasses. I mean, if you look at the records, I mean, they're beating pretty much the same guys, same quality of opponents. So it's like, but I don't even think Fluffy needs to wrestle here. I just think he needs to put the pace on him. He fights similar to Sean Strickland. Strickland is just a little bit better with the defense, but Fluffy will put the pressure on him, put the pace on him, and I expect him to be durable enough to withstand RoboCop's early onslaught and get him out of there. I got Fluffy by knockout. I think he drowns him and he finishes him via TKO. So I think eventually he initiates a clinch, gets a little body lock, takes the back, and just the GMP from there. So give me Fluffy all day here.
Let's go, Fluffy. Drown this guy.
Let's go. That co-main event, I think it's solid, man. We got Sergey Spivak versus Vitor Petrino. Both guys, they're kind of on the upward trajectory. Spivak, I mean, he's been, hit or miss in the top 10, top 15. But it seems like he's starting to put it together. I mean, he had a close fight with Waldo, then won his last fight, and now he's fighting Petrino, who's undefeated at heavyweight. I just don't see how Spivak withstands the power coming from Petrino. I mean, Spivak, if you just look at his record, he's lost to everybody who's been more athletic than him, and that's exactly what Petrino is here. I think Petrino finds that chin, he knocks him unconscious. So I got Petrino via vicious knockout. Whether it's round 1 or 2, it's coming. So give me Petrino by knockout.
Man, this is a banger fight, man. I mean, like people are sleeping this like on this fight. Spivak, his game plan is simple, man. He's gonna go out there and try to get a hold of him, and Petrino is gonna go out there and throw the bombs at him. The reason why I'm picking Petrino, man, because if you watch that fight against Cyril Gahn, obviously Petrino doesn't move as fast as Cyril Gahn, but he's equally as dangerous on the feet, man. I think Spivak is dangerous when he's the hammer, but when he's the nail, bro, he is a deer in the headlights. If Spivak doesn't get Petrino down the first time, or even at all in this fight, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a vicious first round KO by Petrino. So give me the Brazilian to take out the polar bear inside one round. Vicious knockout.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, we got a banger here. We got my boy Riddler Diddler going up to the light heavyweight division. I've been very high on this guy since his time in one championship. He's been a roller coaster ride in the UFC, man, to be honest with you. He went on that crazy run. We saw him quit on the stool. He had a bad last fight. I think he's on a 2-fight losing streak. But I think this is a good warm-up fight in the light heavyweight division. Dolitia has fought at middleweight before. He does gas. His striking isn't the best. He wants to grapple. His path to victory here in my opinion, is if RDR slips on a banana peel and gasses like he did against Brendan Allen. But if you go stat for stat, I think Riddler Diller is just better in all aspects. On the feet, they're both not the best, but I think the knees of RDR are going to be the determining factor on the feet. And in the grappling, I think RDR is more dangerous off his back, and he's even more dangerous on top. So give me RDR inside the distance here. I think it's a late round 3 finish. I think he gasses Doliti out by attacking the body, and then he goes for the takedown and he gets him out of there by submission.
Yeah, 100%. I just don't think Dolidze wants to be there anymore. This dude is 38 years old. I know RDR is fucking up there in age too, but it just seems like damage wise, Dolidze, he's taking a lot of damage in his career. Vicious ass beating from Fluffy, and then just complete domination from CLD. Before that, he beat Smith, Kevin Holland, Marvin Vittori. Is just 3 fucking shitters. Kevin Holland, the only name out of the 3, and even then it was a rib injury. This is like, it's hard to say where the leads even is in his career. I just think he's used to being the bigger guy in his fights, and he's going to be massively outsized by RDR because RDR was a big 185er. Now at 205, I think he's going to fucking put the size and pressure on Dolidze and finish him. So I got RDR round 1 TKO.
Let's go RDR.
And then another banger, man. Markel Medeiros. This is Mason Jones. Medeiros, I think he's a very good fighter. His biggest problem is just he lacks the killer instinct. This dude, he did like in that Padilla fight last time. He should have lost by decision. Complete nonsense draw, but whatever. This dude, he's on the back pedal constantly. He's just not putting enough damage and he's not putting enough output out there to give the judges something to score. This dude has all the skills in the world, but some people just aren't fighters, man. They're just technicians, and I think Medeiros is a technician, and he's fighting a fucking real fighter in Mason Jones. So, the Axel Solo win, aging beautifully. This dude is a fucking absolute dog. He took Balagioki out of there. He ate his best shots, and I expect him to just put a pace and pressure on Medeiros. And I'm hoping he gets a knockout that'd be a big win for him, but I think he wins by decision, but I'm hoping for that finish here. But Mason Jones is by pre-activity.
Yeah, man. Like Henry made a key point there. You got fighters and you got technicians, man. Madero's going to a draw with Taco. Like his previous performance in the UFC have gone to decision. He's very clean on the feet. Like he's very calculated. But when somebody puts the pressure on him, his game plan goes out the window. You look at Jones; he looks like the guy that swims in the water in Chernobyl, like in those like in those Chernobyl videos. This guy has probably one of the best chins I've seen in a very long time. This guy's a dog. This guy's there to throw hands, mix it up. He has nasty takedowns. And if you guys are like our veterans in this channel, you guys know I pick fighters that have more ways to win. And in my opinion, Mason Jones is an absolute lock here. If the fight gets dicey on the feet, which I don't think it will, he has the ability to take this fight to the ground, and that could be an absolute game changer. I wouldn't be surprised if Medeiros gets overwhelmed inside 3 rounds and Jones makes this look easy. So give me Mason Jones by whatever he wants inside 3 rounds.
Sheesh, I like that. I like that. We're on the same page for his 4 fights. We'll see how long that keeps going for, you know?
All right, man. We got Carly Judice versus Tesla Chavez. Yeah, Chavez. I think this is in my opinion, like Judice isn't a bad fighter, man. I think in this fight, the UFC knows what they're doing, and they're giving Judice another winnable fight. I think Judice has the grappling advantage, and on the feet, I think the pressure goes to Judice. So I think I'm gonna go with Carly Judice here to get this fight to win by decision. I think it's gonna be a clear 29-28. I think Chavez's best chance is to knock her out inside 1 round, but I think uh Carly is just too well rounded, man. Like if she gets lit up on the feet, she could try to mix it up or turn this into a dirty fight against the cage. But I'm gonna pick the better female fighter here and give me Carly Judice by decision.
Yeah, it's a weird fight. I mean, Judice 3 fight win streak. I don't know what the UFC's, maybe they're trying to build her up slowly, but I think the odds are super fucking wide. Judice makes a lot of mistakes. She almost got submitted by Killer Miller. Uh, Jesla Chavez was a big favorite in the last fight against Dubin. She did win by split decision. I think that's why the line is so wide. But women's MMA and two girls that are young and green in the game, sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. But I'm gonna go with Carly Judice just because she does have that finishing ability. She does a nasty knock head kick win. Stylistically, I mean, Lechato said maybe she could get her down to the ground. Um, smother Chavez, but I mean, we'll see. I think the line is super wide. I'd stay away from this one, boys. But official pick, Carly Judice.
Yeah, I agree. Like there's no uh the squeeze is not worth the juice on this fight. Not
100%.
this one, the one before.
All right, this one, just look at the fucking dude on the left. Win, fucking absolute unit, bro. This dude is a fucking mega prospect. He's super green, but he's fighting Chapman, who's, I mean, I think the UFC was just looking for a warm body. I mean, he does have a good record, but this dude is fucking super out of shape, and I think he's gonna get bullied, just like Wynn's last opponent in the Contender Series. He's gonna get bullied to the ground by this fucking former NFL player. He's gonna get him down, and once this dude gets on top of you, he starts raining bombs on you, and it's a wrap after that. I just think Wynn. I think the UFC was just trying to get this dude on this card. They fucking asked around. Nobody wants to say yes except for this dude. Props to him, but I got Wynn round one. I mean, if you want to bet on Chapman, maybe fucking bet on live bet this guy, but I don't know, bro. I think Wynn's gonna finish him and dominate him. So give me Wynn by knockout.
This guy's a specimen. This guy, he's 5'11", 234 raw muscle. And he's going against 6'2", 264. I mean, Chapman has the height, Chapman has the weight, but the athleticism and the speed and the power, it goes to Win. I didn't know who he was until Henry's like, watch this guy on the Contender Series. He's throwing nothing but haymakers out there. You guys haven't watched that fight? Go watch it. Go watch the TikTok reactions of his old football team reacting to him winning. The UFC knows what they're doing, man. The Witt came off a nasty KO, and they're gonna flip him back to get another nasty KO. This guy's there to sell the fight. He's there for the clicks. He's there for the easy finish. I think the point under point 0.5 has value in this fight. Shout out Win. I think this guy's just gonna close his eyes and throw absolute haymakers at Chapman, and I expect this to be another viral KO knockout.
Look, I just want to say one more thing before we move on to the next fight. Just be careful, boys. Don't go around fucking parlaying Win on all your plays, because Todd Duffy was also an absolute unit fighting a fat slob, and he got knocked the fuck out. So just be careful. When fighters are green, they make mistakes, and we'll make mistakes. So be careful, be careful. Take the under, like Chato said, because I mean, either fighter wins inside distance, and you can still get paid out. So be careful, huh?
Like, this right here is a banger fight that I don't see a lot of people talking about. A lot of people are talking about Douglas, but not a lot of people are talking about Emmers, man. Emmers is clean. Emmers has good boxing. We've seen Emmers in person before. The only downside with Emmers, man, is that he just doesn't fight sometimes. Like, like he's on a 2-fight win streak, and then the fact that he got knocked out by Nate the Train in the UFC in 2024 is a bad look. But I think both of these fighters, this is for sure going to be a stand-up fight, right? This is going to be a boxing fight, but you have to break it down systematically. And the way I look at it is this: you got Emmers, more UFC experience. You got Douglas, more hype, more power. He attacks the body. Man, like if you put both these fighters together, the X factor is on the Douglas side. This guy has a one hitter quitter power where he's gonna mix it up, head body, head body, head body. But Emmers, man, like he's no slouch on the feet, man. He's very quick, he's very slick. But I think the dog in Douglas is gonna be too much for Emmers, man. So give me Larian Douglas to get another fantastic finish. And like I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in the top 15 after this fight.
Yeah, I mean, props to Emmers for taking this fight, but I mean, he is on a win streak, but my boy is 37 years old. I mean, I just don't see how he withstands the heat coming from Douglas. I mean, he does have wrestling in the back pocket, but if somebody like Giga is able to, keep it on the feet, this is Giga before he learned how to wrestle a little bit, so it's like Emmers has a problem holding people down, and I think Douglas is just gonna get in his face, and it's gonna come down to who lands first, because Douglas has been finished before, but this dude is kill or be killed, and he's a fucking absolute sniper. So I think he snipes Emmers in one. So I think Douglas wins by vicious, vicious knockout, and I'm excited to see who he fights next.
Let's go, Douglas.
Shit, then we got another banger, man. This is okay slept on fight between two heavyweight strikers. I know they both have their moments where they just look like absolute shit, but these are two guys that throw with fucking heat, man. And if you guys know freaking Kennedy could take he could take a beating. I mean, Dustin Jacoby caught that fool with a clean fucking right cross, but other than that, like it takes he absorbs punishment, bro. Fucking punishment. I mean, he came back against the fucking current light heavyweight champ Carlos Ulberg. Took a beating, came back, knocked him out cold. He did lose to Da Wung Jung, but this was just getting too comfortable against the clinch and just letting him get elbowed to death. But at heavyweight, he's looked good. I mean, Walter Walker finished him, but that dude could finish anybody with the heel hook apparently. So, and then against Buchecha, that was just a weird fight. Buchecha was able to grapple a lot in that fight, and but Kennedy showed good cardio. He came back and hurt Buchecha. That's why he was able to make it a draw. But guys, Gaziv, he's been getting knocked out. He's been getting knocked out cold. This dude was a promising prospect at one point, but it just seems like the damage is finally catching up, and this dude his chin is just not there anymore. He's getting knocked out cold. Got knocked out by Waldo. Got knocked out by Perchik, and it's just bad. He took a vicious beating against Biggie Boy. So a lot of people forget that shit. Vicious beating. I think Kennedy's gonna absorb the early fucking onslaught from Gaziv, and I think he's gonna knock fucking Ivan News out cold. So give me Kennedy and Chezaku by fucking knockout. Let's go.
Yeah, man. But and like Ivan Uz's last two fights are against killers though. Like you had to give him props. Waldo killer, Paratic's killer. But what those fighters have in common is that they're good strikers. They're very lengthy, and I feel like Kennedy is the same type of fighter. Obviously, not as good in my opinion, but he has the ability to strike. But man, it just this Kennedy when Kennedy shows up, he is nasty. People look at him as like, yeah, this guy's he's 6'5", 243. You know, he's good on the feet, light on the feet, and then like he loses to St. Preux. But I think this is the opportunity to catch a fighter like Ivan News coming off back to back vicious knockouts. I think Kennedy can catch him early, and I expect Ivan News' brain to be like, oh no, not again. We can't get knocked out again. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ivan News goes fetal early on to protect himself. So I have Kennedy inside the distance here to win by KO. I think coming off back to back knockouts is just not good for your brain, man. It's just no matter who you are, who you think you are. Like he just got knocked out in May, so it's one of those things where like his body is not fully recovered, man. Like we've seen it before. Being in healthcare, I see it all the time. Like there's no way. So give me Mr. Kennedy at plus 114 odds, man. He's gonna come through. I feel it. Shout out Gaziev. Like he's killed, be killed, but unfortunately, man, I think he's gonna get killed again.
100%. I didn't even fucking look at that. This dude, if I got knocked out in May, boys, we're in August. We're in August. It's not enough time. Obviously, these guys. I mean, especially when you're up there in age, you're just trying to get those extra paychecks in. This is like, can Gaziev win? Of course he can. But Kennedy, this dude, he fought at 205 and he moved up to fucking heavyweight, and he has a bigger reach advantage than most guys. It's like he's gonna have the reach advantage here, and I think he's gonna land first. So plus 114, we've been struggling with our dogs, struggling. But this is a moment where we get back on track and we hit plus 114 on fucking Mr. Kennedy.
Let's go, Mister. No, I'm kidding. All right, next up, we got another banger. This is what I'm saying. This card has little bangers. If you know, you know. Shout out Nazareth, Mini Gaslam. I called you getting flatline KO'd. Nobody believed it. Nobody believed in my boy Sal Kill, but that fight, that loss, aged well, in my opinion. Aged well. Chris Taco Padilla, shout out Los Angeles stand up, right? But all jokes aside, man, this is a banger fight. We have a pressure fighter in Chris Taco Padilla versus an absolute technician on the feet with Nazareth. Like a lot of people, like the odds are slim and like a lot closer than I would have thought because of the vicious knockout that Quinlan Salkill did on Nazareth. But before that, like he was a sneaky pig, man. He was on a vicious win streak, but his knockout ability is just not there, in my opinion. Like he likes to go to decision. Like he went to a split decision with Ribovics. You go to a split decision with Gordon. You knocked out Malarkey, but who doesn't? And then you go to a decision against Quinones. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that Taco is like this world beater like either, but I'm just a fan of this guy, man. This guy is a dog. I think Nazareth is a technician and Taco is a fighter. So give me Taco to win by decision here. I think Nazareth looks good round one, super quick, in and out with the knees, kicks. But I think as the rounds go on, round 2 and 3, I think Taco's gonna make this dirty. I think his elbows inside the clinch against the fence is gonna be the deciding factor here. Like he said it himself, he's gonna butcher this guy up, and then he's gonna butcher some tacos after. And I expect him to absolutely deliver in this fight here as an underdog too. So give me the underdog here at Taco, man. Give me Chris Padilla all day.
That's a banger fight. I mean, I think Chato broke it down beautifully. Both fighters are skilled. Skilled. Nasrat, insane takedown defense, good output. He's just been lacking the killer instinct lately. I mean, he has 10 knockouts on his record, but the UFC, we just haven't been seeing that. Whereas Padilla, this dude is winning fights where he's a big underdog. He's winning fights where he's been counted out, and this dude is just dogging fighters out. I do think Nasrat is skill for skill a better fighter, but he needs a fight. I mean, Medeiros was able to use some of that footwork to make that Padilla fight close, but Nasrat needs to be aggressive. He needs to be aggressive. I know he just got knocked out, but you gotta just flip the page and just come out aggressive. because he is skill for skill, the better fighter than Padilla. But if Padilla is able to get the grappling going, this dude is his grappling is severely underrated. And just with that said, I'm gonna take Padilla just because I mean he's on the upward trajectory, and Nasrat is coming off a vicious knockout. If they were both on win streaks, I'd probably pick Nasrat, but I don't know where the mental is, so I'm gonna take Chris Padilla via close decision.
Let's go, Chris Padilla.
All right, man. Next up, we got Barbosa versus Coos. Looking at this dude, his fight. I mean, Coos, he seems pretty good. I mean, the odds would indicate that he's fucking horrendous, but it's like this dude can grapple. This dude can grapple. I mean, he's a fucking he can wrestle. He can strike a little bit, but it's like he has been fighting pretty bad competition. You know, he did lose to Cameron Smotherman in the regionals, so fucking bad luck. You know, Smotherman couldn't cut in the UFC, and did he go to split decision with that guy? I don't know. So he's pretty suspect, but Barboza, just got to put some respect on it. These fucking Brazilian guys out the contender series are just absolute monsters with the KO power, and it's hard to pick against these guys because they got the touch of death, and Barboza definitely has that touch of death. So I'm gonna take Barboza. Just it's hard to pass that power, so I'm gonna trust the power, and I think Barboza wins the side of this is via knockout.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but there's really not a lot of value on Barbosa, man. His value is minus 900. I even see minus 1,000 sometimes because they know that power is the determining factor here. Just like Henry said, like Kuz, he's good, man. He has wins outside the UFC in LFA, I think, but he wins one and loses one. He wins one and loses one. But I think the X factor in this fight is going to be the power, and I think Barbosa is on a win streak right now, coming off back to back KOs. He's going to have number one, the confidence, and then number two, the power to continue knocking dudes out. So give me Barbosa inside 2 rounds by KO.
Sheesh, I mean, honestly, it might be a live bet spot, but we'll see. Like I said, it's due to the touch of death. It's like the way he flatlines people is, you know, him, Douglas, Michael Oliveira, dude, the divisions just because it's hard to survive against them, you know? So it's like, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, Barboza probably wins the distance.
All right, we got another banger here, man. We got another sleeper fight. We got G Money here. G Money Young versus his opponent, Doris Sanville from Haiti. You know, I was watching some of his fights back in LFA. You know, like he has some knockout power. He has some good ability to mix it up. He's more of a submission guy, in my opinion. But you know, Gage Money has that experience in the UFC. He's already taken L's. He's looked good. I just think his experience and his ability to mix it up is going to be too much for the newcomer here from Haiti. So give me G Money to win by decision here. I think he's just going to be able to outdog him just like he did to his last opponent, Thiago Moises. I think as the rounds get as the rounds get higher, round 2, round 3, I think Gage Money gets better. So give me Gage Money 29-28. I think his opponent takes round 1.
Sheesh, I mean, the round one call is probably accurate. You know, this dude, Dorsonville is explosive. I think it's a close fight. I mean, the odds indicate that. I mean, it looks like the Buckies did their research on this guy. Gage Young does have the experience, but he does fight close until he fights at level of his competition. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just have a. I'm probably a hater, bro. I'm probably a Gage Young hater because I'm gonna pick Dorsonville. Something's telling me that he's gonna come through as a dog, and it's gonna be a close fight. It'll be a close decision. I think Gage Young's gonna be in the wrong end of that decision. So we'll see. I might have to get that freaking. I might have to start putting respect on G Money's name out this, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, but we'll
G
see.
Money is like G Money. If you're watching the pod, man, this guy has faded you twice. I'm telling you right now. Come on for the first interview of the pod, boy.
Yeah, we'll see. It should be a banger of a fight though. Two young prospects. I'm excited for this one. And then this one's gonna be a car crash, man. I mean, we have Wes Schultz. This is McVeigh. Both fighters super green. But I mean, I like them both. I mean, they're both kill to be killed. I mean, McVeigh, he's just super awkward. You would think being the taller, lankier guy, he'd be able to strike a lot better than he can. But This dude he's super awkward and Schultz. It just seems like this dude has cardio issues for days. And in his last fight, man, he had the submission multiple times. He did end up getting it, but it's like, dude, I picked him in that fight. He was picking. He made me sweat for that one, and I'm gonna pick him again. I'm gonna pick Party Time West Schultz. I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna be a car crash, and I think he's gonna find his way on top. And this dude's submission game is no joke. I mean, I know McVeigh can probably finish him in round one, but I'm gonna take the underdog here. Give me West Schultz via submission.
Yeah, man. I didn't think me and Henry were gonna have the same pick. I thought Henry was gonna go with the odds here, but yeah, man. I think Wes Schultz is a dog here. I think McVeigh has a fetish for getting submitted, and if you're fighting a fighter like Wes Schultz who has nasty submission game, like that's a recipe for an underdog. If I've seen one before, it's like I could picture McVeigh overextending and yeah, like I could picture McVeigh overextending and Wes Schultz catching that neck or like getting some sort of club and sub. So when two green fighters go at it, you have to pick the fighter with more ways to win. So give me Wes Schultz to win inside the distance here. I think he submits him inside 2 rounds.
I like that. I like that. Let's go. Wes Schultz said it was a battle between biblical Jesus and how Jesus really looked. I'm excited. It should be a banger fight while it lasts.
All right, man, we got to fight. And honestly, this is a pretty decent fight in my opinion, just because the UFC put Dyer in here to flatline Reed to start off the night. This is the odds on this fight are ridiculous. I think Dyer is like a minus 1,600 or minus 1,200 favorite. So the UFC is expecting her to knock out Reed inside 1 round. I'm expecting her to knock out Reed inside 1 round. Everyone is, but the only fight that Dyer has lost to is against Carl Foro, who fought a couple fights ago against Gigi. She's a dog, so that loss on her record is not like it actually aged well, in my opinion. Dreyer is one of those up and coming prospects where she's good on the feet. She has the ability to knock Reed out inside 1 round. If this fight goes to a decision, I think they should give Dreyer another L because this is an expected ass beating, a one-way fight, a gimme fight for Dreyer. So give me Dreyer inside 1 round.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I was gonna use Dyer in the parlay, but I mean, her losing a contender series fight, it was a fucking phenomenal fight. If you guys haven't seen that fight, go watch that. It was a decision, but it was a back and forth fucking scrap, and one of the best fights in contender series history for sure. But at least Reed, I don't know. I mean, she's a good boxer, but she has really no finishing ability, and she's fighting a girl who can strike and grapple. I think Dyer, a young fighter, she's gonna come in with the correct game plan. If she needs to take her down, she will. But it should be a finish here. I don't think it happens in 1 round, but just I think over over time, round two, round three, she's just gonna it'll be too much for Reed, and Dyer's gonna get her out of there. So give me Chanel Dyer inside the distance.
Let's go. Let's go,
But
Dyer.
yeah, I mean, most of these fights are pretty good. I think this card is juicy. It should be a good night of fights. The odds are fucking dog shit again, but there's been every card the last couple of weeks. We'll see. I mean, hopefully we're on the correct end of our bets. But you guys know how it goes. We'll have chat to start off to around the world.
All right, everybody. I apologize last week. That was an AI version of me giving you guys that bet. I don't know why we bet on that Spaniard, but it won't happen again. All right. I'm coming back with the vengeance. We went a little bit light on the odds today because we just want to get back on the win streak. Those plus 200s, plus 300s are going to be coming, so make sure to like and subscribe. This is the round the world parlay that I invented, man. I have 3 fighters representing 3 different parts of the world. Put them in a pot together, and I give you guys the best odds possible. Today, I got you guys at plus 108 odds. We're jumping off this with an absolute banger of a fight. Give me the Brazilian powerhouse Douglas to win inside the distance here. I think power is the X factor here, and I expect him to knock Emmers out inside 3 rounds. Second, I got the absolute dog, the dog of dogs, Mason Jones, the guy who has a granite chin, the guy from Chernobyl himself, to absolutely drown his opponent. and get this fight over with inside 3 rounds as well. As the rounds get better, his chin gets better. And to finish off, the cherry on top of this parlay is my boy, the Riddler Diller, RDR, making his light heavyweight debut against Delite. I expect him to showcase his grappling here and his knees. So give me RDR inside the distance here. If you put all three of these fighters together, you get a plus 108 odds. Lock it in early, man, because the bookies love to steal the parlays.
Nah, it's an absolute banger. I mean, these are three fighters that should win inside the distance, honestly. So fucking when that's the case, you put them together. I mean, it should be free money. We'll see how it goes. But Chato, he doesn't really lose when he puts fucking a Brazilian on the fucking parlay. So he's got a Brazilian on there, Brazilian sniper. So should be an absolute lock.
Lock it in.
All right, man. It's time for the all action. I got obliterated last week. All my fighters fucking looked fucking horrendous. Ramiz Brahimaj, he's fucking dead to me. He had Neil Magny for him out. I mean, the party would have lost anyways, but I talked a lot of shit. Like, Neil Magny put me in my place, and that's how it be. That's how it be. Um, but in this fight, I mean, I'm going with two guys that are they're younger than their opponents. More dangerous. I mean, Vitor Petrino is going against Spivak. That is a dangerous fight. I'll be honest. It's a dangerous fight. Sergey Spivak does not roll over. But I think Vitor Petrino is just going to be too athletic for him, and I think he's going to put a hurt on him early, and he's going to finish him. Then Mason Jones, we just saw Markel Madero struggle against the pace and pressure of Chris Padilla, and Mason Jones is 10 times the finisher. This dude's more durable. He's more dangerous. It just seems like a recipe for disaster for Madero. So at plus 118 odds, I'll take that all day. We missed last week, but we're here to get back on track, and I think this is the way.
Let's go, man. The Rear Naked Locks all action parlay. I'm telling you, we said it during the breakdowns, but like if you guys fast forward to the end, I'm talking to you, Dad. Just know that both of these fighters are gonna win inside the distance, so you might as well parlay both of them inside the distance if you guys are getting greedy with the odds or money line. Either way, this cashes.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Play of the week, man. Joel Alvarez making me look like an absolute shitter last week. I chose Alvarez. Chato's fucking pick came through. Mine didn't. And just it's hard to justify Alvarez in that position. We use the same fighter 3 times. We're not gonna make that mistake again. I'm going Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. I just think he's a better fighter than Robocop. No disrespect. He can strike, he can grapple. He's got better cardio, better durability. A lot of people forget that Robocop's been finished himself. This dude, he's been rocked multiple times and he gasses. That Chidi Njokuani fight, he had a big ass gash in his forehead. He could have lost that by doctor stoppage. He did end up winning, but he does take a beating. His face falls up. He gets bloody, and I think Fluffy's gonna take advantage. He's gonna butcher him. So give me Fluffy as my pick.
Yeah, man. In my pick, I'm going with the newcomer here, Larian Douglas. I just mess with fighters that attack the body. Taporia, Douglas. Man, when somebody has that in their arsenal, head body, head body, head body, it's just beautiful to watch. Emmers is there to throw. Douglas is there to throw. Douglas is kill or be killed, and honestly, all the momentum is on this power puncher's side. So I'm gonna go with the Brazilian here. I love my Brazilians, man. They come to fight every single time I put them in a parlay. So let's lock it in. Douglas as the official player of the week for me. Lock it in.
100%. Let's go. I mean, last week, man, Ian Gary, I stand by my pick. I stand by that pick as a dog. He had every opportunity to beat Islam. It's just lack of killer instinct from Gary. The breakdowns, I mean, I felt like the breakdowns were there. It's just the fighters didn't come through. Alvarez, I don't know who that guy was. That was not El Phenomenal. That was a fucking weak, the weak ass fucking. I don't know. He showed up as Gaston Bolanos, I guess. He's the wrong guy from Spain, but
I'm telling you, we got hacked. It was AI. There's no way that I faded my boy Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I put money I put money on Robertson and I faded Islam in the same like in the same fight card. That wasn't me, guys. It won't happen again. It won't happen again. But hey, man, Gary, he's still young in the game, but that whole kissing in between rounds and that no killer instinct, he needs to remove that from his arsenal immediately. 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 That was just it was just when the main event and co-main event don't deliver, it just ruins the whole card. But this Saturday, the main event and co-main event should be a finish. We're looking forward to it, man. Hopefully, we go 4 for 4 to make you guys some money. We're gonna win our dog this card. We promise. I know we've been lagging it, but picking dogs just it was our thing until it wasn't. It's like we bounced back this Saturday, boys. Lock in. Thanks again for all the likes and subscribers. Make sure to tune in on Saturdays. I'm gonna be live tweeting. If our parlays get bopped early, me and Henry are gonna fast rocket launch a fucking 500-mile-per-hour fastball and you bet immediately, guys. So make sure to tune in. All right. Thanks again for all the love and support, man. Renee Locks out.
Peace.